Hey guys, feels like it's been years. How's it going? Everybody doing good? Audio's alright? Hello! Welcome, and thank you for the follow. Alright. Got that 1.0 Limsa Laminsa theme going. One of my favorites, even though I never spent any time there. Not really. Alright. Let's get this started then. Let me just fade this out. Whee. Down it goes. Okay. So. Hello! Welcome. Just a second. Gotta check something. Okay, sorry about that. Decided as soon as the stream was starting it was a good time for something to explode. So in-game audio is good. It's a bit loud in my ears, but I think it's probably fine. So here we are. At our in-room in Limsa Laminsa. Wearing my extremely old equipment, the stuff I came from 1.0 in. It's all dated. So I could wear this on any job, but it has absolutely no stats on it. So anyways, let's not waste time. Let's get going right away with A Realm Reborn. Oh boy! Get out of here. Thanks, Porp. It's been a hot minute. Alright. On to Summerford. Right away, huh? Alright. There he is. Old Batteron. Still in Limsa, are you, Darius? How'd you fancy a trip outside the city walls? Do I want to do voices for this? Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stalewind, is a good mate of mine. It doesn't show the intro. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that. And has been trying to bring a bit of life back into the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another and or two, and your name sprang to mind. Man, we've come a long way from helping out on the farms. I gave ye a glowing recommendation. I will die. You know what? Batteron, you get generic voice, which is my voice. So make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city and follow the road northeast. Batteron's been demoted to not having a voice. Maybe if he was Gooderon. I am prepared to die. Alright. How exciting! I'm sure this won't be an absolute steamroll. I'm just a brand new adventurer. Well, at least I don't have to go kill a million wharf rats or whatever they needed. Was it 6? It was 6. I remember that part. Greatly improved over the 1.0 scenery, I can tell you that much. The cut and pasted, like, terrain pieces. I don't know why I'm running, it's just for immersion, I suppose. So it's running alright. No frame drops, the resolution's okay, the bitrate's not going insane. Alright. Excellent. We gotta go up here and let this guy inspect us to see that we have at least level 5 gear. This UI is not clean, Porp. My UI is a mess. Or at least my skill layout makes no sense. It makes sense to me. Hey look, it's old Bird Rag. Good old Bird Rag. Many button. Ah, so you must be the adventurer Batteron promised to send along. Darius Stormcrow, wasn't it? Yeah, that's me. You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stalewern, the old bastard, as Batteron likely described me, and this here is my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship, like it did for so many others. And I was sore wounded into the bargain. Right. Limsa. The way they talk here. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Merylvib's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers working the field seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Oi, have a butcher's then, eh? That's right. I'll smash your bloody face in, I will. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's this guy. Well, turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil, you see. Bunch of salty bastards. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. Hey, thanks for the follow, Cog. Welcome. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Oh, I get you. You want me to kill them all. I can do that. Alright. He wishes to inspect my equipment and thereby gauge my readiness. I have a mind to set you a task, Stormcrow, but before I do, I need to make sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parlay with dandies, you understand. It might well be that the ones here have traded their cutlasses for coulters, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Mm-hmm. Item level 5. I think I might be able to squeak by. Let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh-ho! As long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Erstwhile buccaneers are an ornery lot. They rage and love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you'll have little trouble getting their attention. Alright. Busy work! Ah, Stormcrow, that aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since last we met. I hope I've read you aright for I've a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Me? I believe so. Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye, citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa Lamensa, as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure tattooed faces has been creeping up on the edges of the fields and spying on my yeoman. Yeah, I may as well be glowing with energy. Just ready to kill God. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they're the kidnappers of rumor, come for their hides. Farmhands are right. Yes, the invisible hand of capitalism is here. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work's suffering for it. Which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. 'Tis a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. They're afraid of the invisible hand of the free market coming for them. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look at around Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful though, Stormcrow. I wouldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? I don't think I even have to be slightly on my guard, thank you. Alright. Oh no. Sounds like they brought farm equipment. I hope you guys aren't too annoyed by that background noise there. We got some people outside doing work. It's a pretty decent view. Alright, it's Chocobo time. Busting out the old legacy Chocobo with the legacy tattoo on its beak. Well, we're already at this part, which means they really have cut a lot of, like, the busy work out. Because I remember having to, like, deliver dirt or oranges or something. None of that here. We're going straight to the duty. Alright. Let's see how much I get synced down here. There are difficulties! That's interesting. That must be new. I don't get heaven or hell mode? Alright. Duty. Yes, it's duty time. I could make it even more of a joke if I wanted. If I had a mind to.
Waves that bear. I am the winds that guide.
Easy mode unlocked? No!
I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
I gotta play this on European Extreme.
Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. exact words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea.
Uh-huh.
Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms.
I mean, we should be acquainted from
I thought
1.0,
myself
but
on the trail
whatever.
of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark.
Yes, you can see. I can't believe it.
Or perhaps not.
Oh boy. He's going
As I
nuts.
suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence
Off
that
the
two of
screen
us
with you.
come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands
She loves
to benefit
anime.
from the keeping of
She
this
has the power of
secret?
God and anime on her side.
Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Oh man. A Goobu? I don't know if I can handle it. Alright. Oh lord. I have 2 whole attacks. That's sounding a bit on the loud side. I don't know if you guys find it a bit loud. Okay. A frenzied mossback. Yes, Cog. I can't believe it. Alright. Well, this is definitely going fast. There we go. I'm just gonna finish this one off. It's Valcrum Dunes all over again. Oh man. Now I gotta go get a magic skull. It's incredibly simple at low level, right? I didn't have to move.
Phew.
Just stand there and attack. Yep. Pew! It's a crystal. Look at her twig. Yeah, she has the one-handed conjurer weapon. Wow! I can't believe that Gooby was a warrior of light. And I killed him and took his crystal.
Hear, feel, think.
Oh man. If you know, you know. Just saying.
Crystal bearer.
Every time I see Darius with short hair, my brain briefly goes, who's that?
I am Heidelin, all made one.
That's Heidelin?
A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
I thought she was a bit more magnificent than that.
And as it hath faltered, So hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
And nobody else is getting anywhere else in any of the other reflections. Right? Right. Ah, there she is. Heidelin Prime. Wow.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
You know a few guys in the prison who like to smoke Heidelin? Oh no! Who's that? Who's that? Who are those guys? That was a Mikote Bard and some sort of Rogadin tank. I'd be really curious to know if the appearance files for those guys was like the appearance files for the default gang or the Ardbert crew.
Awake
you know?
again, are we? Aha! The
Check for your
poor
wallet.
creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back.
Oh my
I have
god.
seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope.
Where would you find a knife like that in
It would
Limsa
appear our
Lominsa?
culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether? I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh!
Come on. You know.
Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the
Pat's not gonna
pirate's
want that.
involvement in this murky business.
What the fuck's he gonna do with a
The
knife?
days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Yep, she's got them 1.0 shoes. Oh god, bogeys! Alright. It's okay, we're safe. Her shoes are Sud's shoes? I don't know about that. Alright. You guys ever go to like a 1 or a 2.0 zone and remember you can fly? And when you jump, there's a brief moment of panic as you don't come back down right away? Stormcrow, right glad I am to see you safely returned. My lads were gabbing about hearing what sounded like all seven hells breaking loose in the grotto, and I feared I'd sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you'd risk your life for naught. Cromstow, it's me. That's right. Blunt sailor's knife. Amazing. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at a cave, eh? I'd agree that such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a matted gooboo on you. Aye, these pirates have been added to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto? A woman with a strange contraption? Ah, Yastola. She's been in Limsa for a good while now. Her studies of the aether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine. Yeomen, who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate past. The temptation to turn free and easy to a life of a buccaneer is something. You have my thanks, Stormcrow. If it weren't for their efforts of a stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in a far worse state than it is. That was not the right knife icon. Just you keep lending your talents to those in need, eh? Something. Good job. I believe that was a pretty new knife model. I wonder if they updated it. They may not have. There was a period where gladiators used knives. Little knives. Alright, what's up? That sea sloth Severin and his lot, never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stalewind would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. You got it. Just beat them up, right? Look at these guys. Cool. Just the lack of music and silent footfalls. Cool. Work? Ha! Can't work when me hands are full lifting this mug. You know I'd wager me last gill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. Swill wine. Well, you're right about the swill part. I reckon it might be worth a day of doing Stalewind's chores if it'll afford me a taste of proper grog. Look at them. They're both too afraid to actually fight. Alright. Just jump in there. Give him one of these. Yeah. Over here. Or right outside. Aha. Sozai Rarzai. Ugh, how am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Breaded sticks. Unlimited breaded sticks. What? Gods, how'd you know? It's my breath, ain't it? It probably smells as wooden as the food tasted. But I know why you're here. I just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't one to reject a summons from the captain. Rower's eye. Yep. Don't like that. I do appreciate the lack of busy work we're given. In a lot of subsequent expansions. You're on a shore surrounded by farms and wild animals, and you mean to tell me you're eating sticks? Breaded sticks! Axes were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. I don't think that's true. You know what I did in my sailing days? I'm assuming wanton slaughter. You bet your beard I did, lad. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. My beard. Well, alright. It's Aylmer! How's it going there, Aylmer? So, Stalewind sent you. And what do you reckon I say to that? Is it work is for the weak and witless, or I've saucier seeds to sow? Damn right! Didn't get to where I am by taking guff from any glorified gardeners, but I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. Good for you. I'm getting 100% on this test? That's right. I'm gonna get the best grade at the end. Are you using that line next time you're at a bar? I've saucier seeds to sow. Well, I mean, it's a choice. It's Severin. You can tell he's important because he's in red. Hi, I'm Severin. You the old man's errand boy now? Tell my dear old captain not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode it on and ride on out. Wow. That Severin's a nasty fella. Could he be a bad man? You continue to impress, lad. All but Severin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours he squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt where all such worms belong. Ho ho! Pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some, like you, who can be trusted, but then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on the charlatan Severin, even though I'm full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. Goblins. Wouldn't be the least surprised if it were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, Stormcrow. And I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. Can I beat him with the sack of oranges? It won't leave any marks, and it'll show him who's boss. It's time to slash doubt, that's right. Just a minute. All right. Took care of the problem. No more goblins. It's fine. Hey, Severin. Bloody hells, I'm up the straight without a paddle. Yeah, I bet you are. Point accusingly at him. What's this now? Stalewind sent you for the oranges? Huh, so the old bugger has known all this time. What does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventurer types, right? Go rescue me mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. Oh, that bonfire. Okay. I can do that. You're safe now. I owe you one. Would have gotten away myself if not for Severin shoving me aside. Hey, thanks for the follow. Goblins did used to bark. They used to have like a really, really like deep voice. I remember the aggro noise from 11. It's burned into my memory. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Mmm, cooked dodo. Here you go, Arimus. Arimus, yeah. Severance sent you. Ha! The way he flew out of here, I was sure he'd sold us down the river. I mean, let's not discount anything yet. He might have. Does anyone else find it odd just how everything links together in this game? That lamb coming to help that Gubu out. You saved me, mates, and for that, I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. But a pirate knows no shame. I've no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack because I like the cut of your jib. Take it to Ossine and send him my regards. Ah, you didn't win. What a loser. Severin's just a big loser. Alright. Wow, he couldn't walk like, you know, a couple 100 feet. What have we here? A delivery from Summerford Farms and is scheduled? Ha! There's a first time for everything. Look at him having a laugh. Well, look at that. Not a single one missing either. About the only things not here are those bagmen, and I don't miss them one bit. Your Stairwind's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. I mean, if you're gonna steal something, stealing money for oranges, not really up there. That's like petty theft. I'm more of a grand larceny type. That's just me. Ah, yes. Let's fly up and marvel at the not quite modeled scenery. That just reminded me. Or at least flying reminded me that a bunch of this area is really barren if you get too close to the edges. Those almost look like photographs of real mountains, though. Stealing Larses is more reasonable. You're right. I'm right. We're all right. Everyone's all right. Back in one piece. That's a relief. How did you fare, Stormcrow? Here's your money, old man. Ah, this is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed, all right. Though I'll be telling you false if I'd claimed I had not held out more hope for Severin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favor of those godforsaken goblins? You do well to mind yourself around that two-gill cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, then there's no telling what he'd do to you. He can try to do whatever he wants, man. Oh. Hey, thanks for the follow. Gherkint. He should drop the T, become a bit more of a go-getter. Gherkan, not Gherkant. Blast. At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had black loam. Just a bit could send our stocks soaring. Stonks! Let's get those stonks going. I'll bet Rotvita knows where you might find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. Crunch. Gherkin. He's even green. This is a pretty nice vista, like all things considered. Stepping out from the farm and seeing like basically the entire of Limsa Lominsa laid out ahead of you. That ain't bad. Darius's knees were still young back in 2.0, that's right. Before the weight of the world crushed them. That Gherkant's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cookpot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the aurochs that dwell there. Once you've 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Preval at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Preval? Alright. The cookpot. Or as it's also known, the Lanasian Thunderdome. Here we are. Oh boy. It wouldn't be an MMO questline without picking up shit at some point. That Gherkin is a real salty cucumber. You guys, come on. He's doing his best. He can't. Alright. Away we go. I think I might just put Mount Roulette on. Keep things interesting. It's Wide Loaf. Ah, even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. But this bit of black loam ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Gathering the black loam's not for the weak of will. Or the weak of stomach, eh? Shut up. Oh, don't tell me Gherkin and Rotvita neglected to mention where black loam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the Aurochs' lair, of all places. Ahem. Well, why dwell on who misled whom and about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us the black loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Oh boy. Stolen farm tools. Confounded pirates, they know nothing of tillin', only killin'. Stealing our shovels to melt into and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself if I hadn't sworn to Stilvern that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. No problem. Look at them all bunched up. Hey, how you doing? Alright, that leaves enough for the other people doing this. You wonder what they did to get grounded? They stayed out past their bedtime. That's my guess. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Who knows? Probably people, like they have been doing. Good to see the tools back and in serviceable condition, which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him. The wretch will likely have a role in the theft. Spied him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. I couldn't care less if the wastrel won't work, but when he consorts with cut purses that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Stilvin ought to know what sort of scallywag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? You're being too easy on that Severin boy. Alright, let me, just get Mount Roulette going here. So we get something more interesting. Or potentially less interesting. It's Mount Roulette. Legacy Chocobo's good and all, but I probably got some other weird stuff I can use. Pirates making off with our tools? Prifwall did well to not take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. I mean, might help. But I'll be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. Still waiting on that, man. Come to expect a great deal from you, lad, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I ask, or what I'd ask of you now, goes beyond aught I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? Sure. Yeah, get some extra iron, make strong crops. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since the letter came for him, he's been skulking about in a manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damn him, but when I last had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help but thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. I mean, probably. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As far as how to find him, I tried asking Grinvita in the Aetherite. Something. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where she headed. Where he's headed? That's a lot of reading. I'm assuming all the W's are like the Germanic V sound. But who knows? It's Green Vita, which I believe is green. Perhaps green woman. Nothing passes through those gates that escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sods said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure to give him a cuff round the ear from me, will you? I like the cut of your jib. Oh, okay. Away I go. Don't mind me, just running errands on this magnificent bird. It's Aylmer. Didn't he have saucier seeds to sow elsewhere? Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink. Yes, hello. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. It don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Severin, so I was ready. But the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help them. Brand new player. Aramis. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are done for. I think I'll probably be fine. Look, the tattooed man. Way in the distance. Severin might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. 2 arms. Sure. Still calling the Sahagin fishbacks at this point. A true knave, you betray even yourself, Severin. Ugh. We're prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a 3rd time. I'ma get you. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. Cool. That's a really dumb, profile of that guy's face. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command that I might smite mine enemies. What's that? I can't believe it. Is the golem. Defeat the clay golem. Okay. How about no? Never has the golem been so sorely tested. You did it. I can't believe it. That the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. I don't know, man. That was really disappointing. That's right. His true power is unbelievable. I read about it once in a magazine. It's that man. That's who that masked man is. It's that man. He's here. The snake slithered away. I am only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. I don't think I took any damage from that. Yeah, Stola, please. Oh, it's the echo. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lominsan factions. Whom do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagin and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? The K in Kobold isn't capitalized. It's not a proper noun. Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? Not Teton. 12 helpless if they should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. She must needs find it. Whoops. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. Oh my god, it's Dalamud. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis Soif foretold. The coming chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. Not Dalamud! But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlayan ring more true. Is that the creed of Charlayan? It's not fuck the world? Because let me tell you, never did I dream that I would possess the means to see Aether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlayan seem commonplace? It's foreshadowing. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. Get off the screen, cursor. Cool mask. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow, but whence does it emanate? Seasong Grotto, perhaps? That is the cutscene from the trailer. And that's also the flower she gets from Runar. Amazing! Pretty sure that's the flower. What have we here? Can you walk? Kill him! Man, that's not even a real axe. It's a botanist's axe. Come on, man. 'Tis I. Regrettably, no. He eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. Runar 2, Eternal Blue. With Galleon. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His account shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. The golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. When these tattooed wretches are no common pirates, they are the minions of the Sahagin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. This was back when they were called the Drowned. But first, I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stelvin will be wondering what has become of him, and you too, for that matter. I'll bear word to him for your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray, pay the man a visit. Alright, run along now. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in hopes that I might offer some clue as to our predicament. I'd say I owed you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms, and I'll face the consequences. Well, golly, he turned over a new leaf, everyone. Amazing. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have finished the line. Until our paths next crossed, farewell. That auto-scroll is very fast. But yeah. They're the Drowned, back when every single primal would have a specific name for its thralls instead of just tempered. What they gave out on that very quickly is a shark. Zoom. What would they even have called the other ones? Garuda's servants, the Blown. It just doesn't work. The Disheveled. Hey Severin, how you doing? And yours in all, adventure. I've caused more than my fair share of trouble during my time here. Not that you need telling. Yeah, whatever, man. What a loser. Lo! I knew you'd return. For a second I thought that was lol. Y'shtola delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that and the rest. I was once a serpent, Reaver. So he's not tempered. A thrall to the Sahagin? 7 hells. Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishbacks flunkies. Wow. Us pirates ain't much for laws, and there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see, but the Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Laminsons. That's what the Rogues Guild upholds. I'd only taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to this new Sahagin masters. I knew I had to get away. I see. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name and found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. Well, damn. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reefers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. A letter. I see. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Snort. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last, of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do, which is why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. A lot of oranges need picking, and I'll always be in your debt, Stelvin. I owe you a debt too, Darius. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favor you, it's this. Tell Batteron what's happened, from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travels, son. Summerford Farms defeated! Back into Limsa. On this enormous bird once again. Now, if I remember right, there weren't loading screens in 1.0, but there were like bottleneck areas to hide loading. Because like the big gates in Limsa and I think no. Limsa had the really long bridges that didn't have loading screens, so you'd go down the bridge and that would hide the loading. And then Ul'dah had that like the big gate wasn't open, there was like a small door that you had to take into a narrow hallway. It's hard to remember. I vaguely remember that being the case though. Because you could see the loading spots in zones where there'd be like a narrow passage that like sort of wound around. Bloody hells, life on a farm ain't quite how I picture it. Aye, but you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jackets as hands out the punishments is a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from hanging to a keel hauling. Kindly gent that he is. You know, a keel hauling will basically kill you. I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stervin asked you and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lad. As for your reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this drowning wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell with free room and board? Oh boy! Venturing's a trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and then end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much as fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. Oh boy, I can sleep indoors. Not that you'll have much time for lying around, what with all the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention I'm putting your name down for leaves? Oh man. Our guild draws all manner of clients offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folk pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tamokiri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gills. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. You guys remember 1.0 where those were the only things you could do? Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We were careful to stay on the Admiral's right side here, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell you, if it turns out they'd had aught to do with the kidnappings, there'd be 7 hells to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhap that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to right it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're all well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Back in 1.0, there were basically only guild leaves. That was like the only thing that was done. I have access to recommendations. Wow. I did it. Alright, back to it. How do you fare, Darius? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I have an idea where you might start heading next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in Middle Lenosia? If you've ever visited Woad Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's that big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. The large staircase, yes. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Hard labor, that. And I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs that no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, a bloke by the name of Virkit. He's gonna make you a Virkit. And he'll be sure to put you on to work on a task or two. Virkit? I don't know. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster. Makes it stronger. Alright, back out. Just a lot of odd jobs and chores. When am I gonna kill a god? Ah, back on the Legacy Chocobo. And away we go. You got windy weather right now. There he is. Bateron sent you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, will you? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through, though, so this mess of wooden pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. I guess Bahamut did that, huh? I mean, I guess it's kinda big. I've seen bigger. Just saying. Alright. Glad I am to see you again, lad. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity that sprang out from a million cord ceiling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side of Forturning Tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road, recover that seedling, and return it to Lylf over at Swift Perch in western Lenosia. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant. And if you deserve to be rewarded, you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, you'll also find an aetheryte in Swift Perch, so the journey should be worth your while. Oh boy, aetheryte. Alright. Oh, Byakko. Alright, seedling. No more games. Look at this menacing seedling in a pot. Oh no. Well, alright. You do not miss Byakko? Let me just drive down to Swift Perch real quick. My immersion! Whoop! Right in. Excuse me. Hey man, how you doing? Alright. Million cord seedling. Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day. It may seem paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swift Perch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus, I must restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, sir, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? I guess. Alright, Freyloaf. You there, adventurer, cast your eyes towards the brewer's beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. I would march over the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to maintain my post. Excited to come back here for our farms in Endwalker? Boy, am I! So excited! I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Kensvis, the lighthouse keeper. Sure thing, buddy. I'll be off. I forgot I had this. Away I go, off to save somebody. You say a yellow jacket sent you here, eh? Me light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels me furnace is up and buggered off, you see. And I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just a messenger, lad, but I can tell you're a venturer when I see one. I'm gonna need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw what you ripped off of its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set her down in the middle of the flock somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going and that frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lad. Oh, getting asked what to do. Someone's asking me what I'm doing. You level boosted? Nah. I'm doing New Game Plus. Well, that explains that. Says the bird. And if you really like look around, this place is kind of a dump. Everything's kind of dead. Oh no. It's a fate. Against gluttonous Gertrude. All the fate enemies out here. Yes, I got called out midstream. Can you believe it? All the named enemies that are like fate mobs out here were notorious monsters in 1.0. Take that. Can't believe I'd pay for a level boost or I'm a poser. That's right, I'm a fake Lobby. Hold on. Okay, there. I'm taking my crown off. All you need to do is take down that runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. Like this little claw? Yeah. Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of a look while you was gone, and Lim Lane cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. Patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no Smitty. If you want, you might want to have a chat with a yellow jacket friend of yours in Swift Perch and have him pass word back to someone in Limsa. Sure thing. Toxically smurfing the story, that's me. And away I go. I like how their arms just kind of flap around behind them when a Gubu flies. It's super lame. You love Gooby. Yeah, Gubus are alright. Furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports. But these repairs must needs be effected without delay. Must needs. Seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armorer's Guild in Limsa Lominsa and explain the situation to Forge Master Hananza. Sure thing there, buddy. Welcome. I have also just finished my agricultural duties delivering corn to the Aft Castle. You must needs to know how big Gubu fly. It's basically a weather balloon. They're just full of air. Don't you know? Alright. It's Hananza. I may be mistaken, but I believe she was in 1.0 without the gray in her hair. The furnace in the brewer's beacon needs repairs. By regards, beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Mayhap the bomb cans was trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work here is done, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. Well, alright. What say you to taking some work up for Naldic and Vimeles? We have a great number of hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Atbrim, the head of the shipwright at Morby Dry Docks. The Dry Docks? Oh boy. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Lenosia. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldic and Vimeles. The Morby Dry Docks is one of Limince's most important districts, and at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetherite. If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'd best be served by making use of the Chocobo Porters, first floor of the mizzenmast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to take a trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. Sure thing. It's very wordy. Press the X button to interact with the Chocobo Porter. RP is a brand new player. Sure thing. Not knowing where to go. But where? Where am going? You know, you kind of forget how nice a lot of these zones look. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. Oh no. They didn't do it. They failed the fate. Those poor Yellow Jackets. RP is a WoW player coming over to 14. Oh man, how would I even do that? It's been too long. My ability to remember what it's like being a WoW player is dried up. Ask how fountains work. Ah, yes! Of course. Oh boy, that's gonna live in infamy. Now, I think at one of these places... Got that 1,000-yard stare. One of these places, I think maybe on the other side of the checkpoint, there is a dude back in one of these places getting propositioned. There's a lot of that around the old zones. You hope an NPC at the fountain gives some long explanation on the fountain? I mean, it's more likely than you'd think, right? What's the view like off the bridge? Just curious. Yeah, that ain't bad. And this way? Slightly better. Slightly better, I'd say. Alright. Yeah, I think it's back here, behind this building. There's a dude getting propositioned. Look. My God. Hey man, how's it going? Just do that in view of the bridge, it's fine. Be gone, vile wenches. But is it true what they say about sea wolves and their gilded scepters? I don't know. There's nothing in the lore book about it. Green and gold, my God. The Dry Docks. I wonder if they will finish this ship by Endwalker, or if it's just forever going to be delayed. It's Emerald Weapon all over again. My God, they were foreshadowing it. I don't believe it. What's up, Aethelflaed? Fleed? Aethelfleed? Probably Aethelfleed. Hup. Don't look at the entrance to that duty. There's nothing there. Yeah, write the question. Are they ever gonna finish the... I forget, victorious? The victory? You have a missive for me from Forge Master Hananza. I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Here you go. Oh, the sea wolves. And their gilded scepters. Blast and botheration. Another delay. I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? No, you may not. Absolutely not, sir. Darius, is it? Well, Darius, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the Calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Limsa Lominsa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. And it's never finished. Thus are we striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside of the Thalassocracy. Even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer, be you fair warned. There is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. What if I'm both of those things? A troublemaking layabout. Yeah. That's the Victory. Alright guys, I gotta go get some water, so I'll be back in just a second. So boy, does it dry out the old mouth. Alright, I got my water. Let's get back to it. Where in the seven hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. Shipwright of mine, a young man named Frilsmid, recently left Candlekeep Key to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Lominsa, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Hald Broda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. This is not my Realm Reborn Darius costume. This is my 1.0 Darius costume. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Key in my stead and inform Hald Broda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Damn. Using your bureaucratic clout. Alright, let's take a stroll down to Candlekeep Key. So these are the dry docks, huh? Well, alright. I don't seem to remember there being dry docks in 1.0. I remember Aleport and Wineport, but they were both like through caves that you had to go down onto the beach. It was weird. So the guy hasn't been back for 2 days, even though he went over here. That was essentially like walking to the corner store. Megalo crab. Get out of here. No crabs in the road. Hey Zarl Merle, how you doing? Alright. This is the guy we're looking for. Huh? Does that self-righteous dog Atbrim doubt that I have ever told him anything less than the truth? No. I doubt. That's dubbed. Hi. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that. Can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator, rest her soul, I know not of this Frilsmid, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the Key have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Lominsan cargo ship off the Salt Strand, I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone note every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Am I gonna have to go collect stuff? I do believe. Now, the way I see it, if you have the time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across Frilsmid This Frilsmid everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. Pirates don't care, mark your territory. Ugh. This was always a cool thing. Just a big splash of etheric energy that froze. Bahamut dig the big shoot. There he is, hiding behind a rock. You've been here for 2 days? Aye, I'm Frilsmid. You say the foreman's wondering about me whereabouts? I thought he might be, but you must know I cannot stand to show me face at the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I've caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Key, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time he was halfway twixt the shore and the ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yalms, and 'twasn't long before the waves had a hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Lominsan galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. I has made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with Kikern, and I ain't one with a sword. And now you see why it is I can't return to the dry docks. So he crashed a fishing boat into the cargo ship and sunk both of them. Nice work. First rate. Get out of here. I don't know if I should bother helping them. On one hand, I'd make it easy, but on the other hand, I'd probably just be getting in the way. There, helping with that one. Whoop. A behemoth. That was a pre-order bonus? Or was it a veteran reward? So there's something you would like to know about the calamity itself. What would that be? The behemoth mount, by the way. The thing. Porp. At night, I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags. What a poetic flourish. So Bahamut was over the Cartno Flats. Did he manage to zoom all over and shoot his energy all over the realm? Or did his shoots just go really far to reach parts of Thanalin, the 12's Lid, and Vilbrand? I think maybe both. Yeah. Cartno Flats seem like a really central location. So he shot everywhere and also flew pretty far, but his shots went the farthest. Anyways, that night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world around me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I was woke to find myself washed ashore. And here I's been, ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. Well, here you go. The missing parts! I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay me respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Atbrim that I'll be back to the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. You know, he's gonna go pay his respects to the fisherman's widow, huh? Okay, well, that's fine, man. Just you do you. I'm not judging. I'm judging. Sus. Highly sus. Moderately sus. That's a big crane. Wow. I am relieved to hear that both Frilsmid and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, but the seas here adjacent to the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. My God. Vilbrand is pretty far away, and I think you actually see, if I remember right, Bahamut like swoop past Limsa and leave like big explosions. Or is that something else? It's been a hot minute since I've seen that cutscene. That's true. When Dalamud exploded, pieces of it rained all over. Darius, while I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Neldik and Vimelis. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Why don't you... What have I done? Grimthoda, head of the watch here at the dry docks, believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory. She requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa Laminsa has endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin, just the thought of it sickens me. Well, alright. He is sickened. Ah yes, I had a feeling you'd be the one Atbrim sent. Since you first arrived at Morobe Dry Docks, I've had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all of those new to the area. It's simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That, and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then. I assume Atbrim informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates, we believe, are conspiring to raid the Drawdocks. Were last seen making a camp near an ancient stone mark, or an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. Spin! I would have you approach the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Kanango, stationed at the rear gates, can provide you with the exact location of the camp. Is it that ancient stone right down there? The one we can see? That name sounds like he's trying to say cream soda with his mouth full. I guess it kind of does. Here we go. Darius! Ha! I knew it. No more sardines for Kanango. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Atbrim would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah, yes, the job. Of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nimia, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates' camp there were aware of that, though. Well, alright. I guess it's time to get ready to visit the spinner. Which means it's time to get ready for spin! Here we go. So it's up over here. Past the megalo crab. The spinner. Yep. Down we go. Here they are. Loyal Scrag. What do we have here? A lost little lamb come looking for his mommy. We's a nice fire gun. Why not sit your tender arse down by old One Tooth? I'll keep you all warm and toasty like. Cool. Bugger off, you unbloodied whelp. You reek of an old maid's teats. And it's making me wine taste more sour than it already is. What a cool group of people. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venturing arse back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, I's added up to me ears with your type, roaming the ills like they was yours to roam. It's getting to be that a man can't enjoy a mug of rum without some shite breath outlander running up and asking which is the way to the local leave meet. 7 hells if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Those balls. Once we have me boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, ain't no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags, we've knives to sharpen. Well, geez. Thal's balls indeed. I did it. I ran them off. So here it is. The spinner.
Spin!
It is done. You wonder if these will become relevant again? They might. With what we know of the raid coming in, or the 24-mans. Yeah, coming in Endwalker. They may become relevant. Up for a little headstone pilgrimage. Get that FF11 nostalgia going real good. Where are we going? Down here? Down here. All right. Okay. So, the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target never was the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit idly by waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Darius. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. Yeah. I'm concerned, Darius. It appears the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the dry dock, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa Lominsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. That's right, no base scoundrels. We're only looking for based scoundrels. That's me, I'm a based scoundrel. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Darius, are just the man to do it. The symbol of never finishing anything, yes.
Wow.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Ultraviolet. Without your capable assistance, I fear the duty of the dry docks cannot... The security, not duty, of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. Matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Urzwist at the front gate or Kanango at the rear. Kanango at the rear, that's a phrase. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Let's go talk to Kanango. We've already got a rapport, you see. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Grimthoda's desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. Up here. The mouthful of marbles names. Yep. They sure are streamer poison. My favorite, though, is Old Skiff down by the Aetherite. I've had plenty of practice saying that name. This always struck me as weird. You've got like this heavily, like vital zone to Limsa Lominsa, and like there's just a hill leading up to a wall overlooking the whole damn place that anyone can just wander up to. Shifty-eyed sailor. Can I push him? Bah! Spotted me, did you? Well, I mean, you're kinda making it real obvious. Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. My god. Yeah, I can't jump down. What is that? Sophia Bird? Yeah. Aw boy, solo duty. Here we go. Victory in peril. So, you found me one of those pirates, did you? Hold on, I'm taking this off. I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. What could those knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. No, I believe it's happen and happening. That's not quite what he said. Captain! Ugh! Trouble with the shipyard. Pant. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates. Out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Gods below, we are not prepared for this. Pirate soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Darius, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to the man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste. Now! Very easy. What even is it at that point? We could try one and find out. Oh, is that barricaded? I can't tell if I can't go that way. I cannot go that way. Alright, this way. Silent lackeys. Oh, these guys can take a hit. No, they can't. They can take a tomahawk. It's like game journalist mode, but like for their children. We'll try one of these out in very easy and just see what happens. I'd be very curious to see. Chop them up. At Zap Finn the Absorbed. Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust these slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. Da! What are you doing, you great bloody fool? It's his da. Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous, backstabbing son. Imagine, a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What under Limlane's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, da. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. That's right. Ah, I wonder why Otbrim never spoke to his father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, all right, of everything that went wrong with the world. And I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. No, 100,000 pieces. 100,000. Look at him up there. Gwipthoda, Darius, pray beat the turret out of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the victory. Sure. I'll beat up an old man. Ah. I don't have the third hit of my combo. Take the healer first. Mamul Ja. I cannot believe it. Oh no, I got stunned. Fracture? He's coming at me with really old abilities. I don't know how to handle this. God dang government. Outlawing our way of life? That's right. What do you mean we're not allowed to be criminals? This is an outrage. don't know. Physical damage up. He has a crazy glint in his eye as he collapses. Yep, ancient axe fight. I must be getting old, letting some green venturer get the best of me. Yeah, that's right, I'm pretty green. Duh. Duh. Duh, comrade. Their ships are kind of weird, how they get, like, white again in the middle. That's one bloody big ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? Oh, you acknowledged his son. And then he fucking died. That's right. We're not pirates anymore, we're privateers. We're government-sanctioned pirates. My thanks, Darius. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray, convey my thanks and my apologies to Grim Thoda. Sure thing there, buddy. How long has it been by the time we were like right coming into Endwalker since this? Like a few months? The timeline on this game is very hazy. How fare you, Darius? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa Lominsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the dry docks safe. Atbrim apologizes. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, the incident was hardest on him. But, in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Rainer's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask you another favor. Sure! Men of blue tattoos. Darius, in light of your role in recent events, there are a few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since we last spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of Atzafin, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. The captain likes his cabbage green. That's the code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of Limsa Lominsa deems worthy of enciphering is likely to be of the greatest interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Batteron and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver the missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, into his hand and no other. Do you understand? What's it say? What's it say? Oh. On the list of miscellaneous supplies? That's not it. Where is it? Ah! Oh well. I think. Okay, time to ride Odin horseback. Dun, 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 dun. I'm here to save the day. That's the music of someone here to save the day. Back to the Drowning Wench. Back from whence we came. Oh man, dig that Sugarloaf hat. The height of fashion right there. Ahoy there, Darius. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. Otbrim laid out the entire tale for me. Poor Sod was reeling at his old man's part in the business, but at least he kept the Victory from being sunk afore she sailed. And for that, I owe you me thanks. You've really made a name for yourself here in Limsa, lad. Folk know that when they need something doing. Eh? You need something doing? What might that be? The Arcane Epistle. You want someone to read a message written funny letters for ye. And Grimthota thought, I know a man as could? Well, let's see it then. Aye. I reckon I might know a canny bugger who can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name of Batteron. Well, golly! You know, you're like one of me regulars now, Darius. You've never let me down. A navigator help me, I reckon I can trust you. Grimthota was right to want this message deciphered. We've got some trouble brewing here. And no mistake, get ready for action and I'll explain. Really? He doesn't know you. In Shadowbringers? Maybe. That's a weird one. Good to have you aboard, lad. Now then, where to start? I don't remember that. Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn how to read the orders you prized from the cold dead hands of his mates. That's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Them Sahagin letters, lad. And I should know I've gutted more fishback messengers than I can count. Wow. With his tiny little knife there? Gets worse, though. The plan to blow up the Victory is all here, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of hell in western Lenosia, then hit the Maelstrom's new flagship in the confusion. Point being, the attack on the Victory weren't the act of a few rebellious pirates. It was a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this alright, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them and rushed to do the job. And buggered it up. The tattooed-faced bastard said they was paying Atbrim's old man. They're with the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? Did they have something better to do, or what? Back there! Did you see that? 7 L's. I got it all backwards. The mess at the Victory? That was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstrom's baby. They're after men. Just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising hell in western Lenosia? That's where it'll be. Someone tells me Swift Birch is about to get it. And it hard. Did you guys see Alfino and Alize back there? Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commodore Rayner at the Coral Tower and tell him he's in for a busy day. Oh, give him a hand, eh? You can be damn sure you'll need one. Sure thing, buddy. Yeah, there was like the wide shot. Alfino and Alize were right over here, walking out of the drowning wench. Alright. Let's mosey. All the way to the the Coral Tower. This was going to be the Musketeers Guild at some point. Yep, Alfino's 2.0 voice acting cometh. It's time for Sam Riegel to do his smarmiest voice. Sup, Rainer? Yes, I am Rainer. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seemed to be on everyone's lips. Yes, this is Dog. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the victory. Now, what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Betaron. Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet evening are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me, what is afoot? Betaron's jottings. It is appropriate for this character arc. He is exceedingly smarmy at this point in the story. On assault on Swiftperch, we've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are massing for an attack. Well, now you have seen something to suggest. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Betaron is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Betaron's assessment, the attack on the dry docks was intended as a diversion. Swiftperch is but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore, sir! Report. It's the Sahagin, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on the South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give them the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagin, which means that there is every chance this assault on the Tide Gate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swiftperch vulnerable to those pirate traitors. It is at times such as these that I wish the Warriors of Light yet walked among us. Afutus. But wishes will avail us not, Stormcrow. You must serve in their absence. Okay. I can do that. Make for Swiftperch with all haste and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. If only the Warrior of Light was here. He'd know what to do. He'd nod. I'm a little disappointed they didn't get the Legacy Player intro done in time for 2.0. Because you had the intro where you were going to get like brought in on the carriage, which is the normal one. And then Legacy players were going to get the intro from the opening like CG, where you get teleported into a place and then come out. And the realm's all reborn and shit, you know. That's right, nod stoically, with those powerful neck muscles honed by years of nodding. Here we go. Commodore Rainer sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action, though. You bear little resemblance to that wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swiftperch. It was rebuilt by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honor of being the ones that finally broke their spirits. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Alright. You guys want to see what very easy is like? Let's take a look. Am I gonna get the echo? How easy is very easy? Here they come! Like, is it I can only auto attack? Easy. Hey, it's that guy. Here now, I thought all them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't followed the plan, has he? Now what? Pull back and wait for our Sahagin brothers? Piss on that. We ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or to be your blood that stained Lord Leviathan's altars. Oh boy. The yellow bellies, you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs will be crushed under the full might of the Serpent Reavers. I'm sure. The very easy Serpent Reavers. Spam a button to do perfect combos. Seems Swift Perch was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1 and 2, protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. For Limsa Lominsa! Hooray! Every time I hear Limsa Lominsa, I think of the 1.0 cutscene. The intro where the guy goes, Limsa Lominsa! A sight for me sore eyes it is! Anyways. I'll gut all you yellow bellies and dance on your gizzards. Damn. Well, I see Porp's already started the killing early. Alright. Oh my god. Let me just mow them all down. As I suspected, you get the echo and the like breaking limits buff. So you probably get a really aggressive regen too on this difficulty. Oh no, it's Blanca. He's gonna use Blanca Ball. Me? Blangaga. Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. Off he goes. Huh? Who's that? They have scurried and scattered. Yes. The source of his strength becomes clear. Oh, you may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day on very easy difficulty. Oh no, it's a generic Ascian. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. That's a gargoyle! Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. This is a jobber Ascian, yes indeed. This is an Ascian that is so minor they do not have a name. Alright, lesser mage and lesser gargoyle. Stop that. A fearsome opponent, against whom you shall not stand alone. You know, Yashola, I don't think I actually need that much help. He's casting very slowly too. Oh, but he's got Astral Fire. Amazing. I liked your skull on a stick, dude. That's pretty neat. It's not Laha Bread with a mask on. He probably doesn't appear. Ugh. That the wisdom of the Paragon should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the Bringers of Chaos, or Asians, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Asians? Pardon? You would know if we Charlayans have encountered Asians before. I have spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? I have not. Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. I seem to recall first encountering Laha Bread, maybe in Total Wreck? Is the gift a PS5? I'll take a PS5. You alright, lad? If I'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have kept a squad or 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those Reavers were the ones spiriting folk away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would happen if you hadn't been there, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Y'shtola. Please give our regards to the Scions. I'm glad you have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded a chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Raynor. Pray this, pray that. It's a crystal! But which one? The one that breaks. It has released the stink of the Asians. Alright, mission accomplished. Return to the Coral Tower. Away we go! It's almost time to ride an airship. To the Marauders Guild. Stormcrow, eagerly have I awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You've shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa Lominsa had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Baderon's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favor me with your own account of the day's events? Such victories bear retelling. If only they knew. Y'shtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see. and she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa Lominsa yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the Victory, and the small matter of your deeds at Swiftbirch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend to the Thalassocracy. Thalassocracy. That's a mouthful. Thalassocracy. Admiral. My God. Oh! It's the Vib. She's here. May I present to you, Admiral Bluffivin?
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa.
Gesundheit.
On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day.
Well, you're welcome. Give me money.
A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward after all?
I wonder when we're gonna get that overcoat. Like the maximum rank overcoats for our grand companies.
Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Badaron and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the man who foiled the Sahagin.
Wow!
A seat at the feast.
A seat at the feast, that's right.
Don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Yeah, some of these voices are still pretty close. The cutscene where they first introduced her in 1.0, or one of the 1 point somethings. They had a guy throw an axe at her head while she was giving a speech, and she cut it out of the air between her index and middle finger. It was really cool. It was a good intro. And that was the first time anyone had also seen a femro ever. I'm not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honor, why even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. It's 'cause I have a cool eye patch, Rayner. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the Thalassocracy have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. I know a thing or two about nods to things, Rayner, just saying. Has the enormity of this moment yet to seek in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Limsa Lominsa. And now that I have imagined the scene, I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the wench and see what Badaron can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. I forget what you get here. Is it shoes? You get something different in every city. I think it's shoes in Limsa. It's a mask in Gridania, I'm pretty sure. And like an earring, maybe, in Ul'dah. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, well, if it ain't Merylvib's guest of honor. Obnobbing with the high and mighty now, is it? I tell you, lad, I damn near snorted ale out me nose when I heard the news. You've come a long bloody way, you have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure, you'll not want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly to bursting with fine and more, importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up with your shite-caked venturing gear. Excuse you! Now, the hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement about him, if only to stop the folk complaining when he stuffs his face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octant and speak to Gymnasium o' the Brugaire Consortium. She'll furnish you with somewhat gentlemanly to wear. I've already had a word with her, so all you need to do is pick up the goods and then bring them back here, so as I can tell you what's what. Well, okay. Time to obtain shoes. Yeah, it's kind of weird that those masks are now extremely reminiscent of like the Amarosian masks. I wonder if that was intentional or if it's just a coincidence. Good morning, sir. I assumed you're the underdressed gentleman Batteron mentioned. I see he was not exaggerating. Well, damn! I'm apparently stinky. Ahem. I have chosen these especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. Putting on my dancing shoes. Well, here we go. It's this way. Been to see Gymnasium, have you? Let's have that box then. Raxa-lined box. Here we go. A nice pair of dress shoes for you. A bloke mightn't have much else to his name, but so long as he's got a decent pair of shoes on his feet, there ain't nowhere he can't go. Think of him as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, 'tis a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me, eh? Wouldn't do for Limps's new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in his own tears and snot. Any road, that's your garb sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. I'm not putting the shoes on because I don't have them. They didn't give me shoes. You ready then, are you? Good. This banquet will be starting soon. If you'd waited any longer, I'd have considered it me civic duty to hit you over the head and drag you there. The way he drops H's make this very confusing sometimes. Now, make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, alright? Carrying them won't do no good. They're meant to make you look like a gentleman. Remember, not a gentleman's bleeding lackey. As for direction, the feast's being held on the bridge in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Xanthale in the bulwark hour, and he'll show you the way. Just keep your head held high, lad. Oof. After everything you've done for Limsa, you've good reason to be proud, and don't go letting no highborn bugger tell you different. That's right, Alf, you know. How dare they not give me my shoes? It's not like I was gonna wear them on my hands. Oh no! I have to actually put them on. Okay, don't panic. To the Calamity Salvager! This is gonna look really stupid. There are specific shoes. There's a specific piece of like cosmetic gear you get from every quest in every city. Quest rewards? There they are. Give me them. There they are. The finest dress shoes money can buy. These are gonna look really stupid, specifically because I know the pants I'm wearing under this do not go all the way down. They like end halfway down my calves, or maybe just below my knees. Yes, my inventory is a mess. Thank you for noticing. Alright, you guys ready for high fashion? Bam! Look at that. That's much better. You're right, Batteron. Now I look like I'm ready. Dress shoes. Fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer. I will show you to the briefing room. Oh no, I have to do the cutscene like this?
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this man for his services to our great nation.
Please don't mind the shoes, everyone.
May the navigator guide and protect him on his journey, till sea swallows all.
I look like a goddamn vagrant dressed like this.
These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan.
I'm assuming they're not tempered.
From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path.
Because I forgot his name already, but the freaking guy who was stealing oranges said he quit being a Serpent Reaver. And I mean, if he was tempered, he wouldn't have just been able to quit.
I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine.
Thanks for the raid. Welcome.
But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives.
Welcome, welcome.
Safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Execrable? That's a new one. I don't think I've heard that one before.
Such an extraordinary glow.
I've been pretty good. How you been doing?
This is one of the crystals of light.
My God.
By the navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not? Of a towering crystal.
Trying not to complain is probably the best anyone can manage. A towering crystal. Anything that distracts from my shoes.
Yashtola's conclusion is clear, and I see no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power.
That's right, I'm level 80.
This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations.
The vessel of many higher powers,
As
yes.
once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light.
Who are those guys?
Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands. Yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the primals. When the Garlean Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance.
I know, I was there.
And at the
Thanks.
Battle of Cartano, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but
This
their shadows appear to
Stuff
us.
happening in the
Set
background
against
here
the
doesn't
blinding
really
light.
match what she's talking about.
Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them.
I wonder why.
Keep that crystal safe. In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
Here comes an aggressive Echo Vision. Is there anything a Lullafell can do to match what's really happening? You know, that's true. Not even walking works out. They got that just aggressive waddle. Dancing potatoes aren't a pure manifestation of a Eorzean spirit.
Flames to the fore!
I suppose they kind of are. It's Raubon. It's Western, or not Western, North American Raubon, who, as we know, is the guy who went on to sing the Shadowbringers theme.
Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas.
Barracudas.
Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Give them the suck! Oh no. Who's that? Oh, it's bread. There's bread.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Being watched by the bread.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Trouble.
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
A Bahamut.
What's going on? Speak to me!
God damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me!
Dun 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 dun. Mission failed.
Damn it. Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Barracuda, yes. Is that where they keep all the Rogadin soldiers in the Barracudas?
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
Indeed.
I will not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Don't worry, Louis Soir's got a plan already.
Relay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless.
The Foreign Levy was what you joined in 1.0 when you were in the Maelstrom, and they, if I remember the story right, had the highest casualty rate out of any like division in the Maelstrom, and nobody liked them.
You still have
I
a
specifically
weapon
remember that.
legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit.
Calm down, Raubon.
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre.
Why would you even think you've got a chance there? Like, really? Quick, shoot him.
This dark, stifling presence. Who or what?
Such a lust for revenge. Who?
We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
And they never made it. They were teleported away. Mucha chacapaka. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, that's the guy I just killed, potentially. It's true form. Yep. They used to speak some language that only people with the Echo could understand. They took my eye patch off! Morning, sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? This isn't canon. Who is this man wearing these hideous dress shoes? What happened? Ah, you don't remember then. You keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir. I had to carry you back to the wench myself. Well, I say carry. It was more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis little wonder you was exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seems to put some color back in your cheeks, though. So I'll leave you to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. You feel up to it? Talk to Xanthale and he'll let you into the command room. Oh, and stay awake, eh? I'm told old Merylvib was in the middle of telling you a story when you started snoring last time, and I doubt she'd look kindly on it if you repeated the trick. Alright. First order of business. Put my proper footwear back on. Go into my armory chest. Be gone, shoes! Back to the upper decks to get to the lower decks. Greetings, Darius. Admiral Bloofisvin awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Sure. They aren't even good-looking dress shoes. Oh, yeah. Now, if I remember... Can you see anything out here? Or is it all just nothing? Nothing but water. No buildings at all, even though I'm almost certain you should be able to see something. What level quest am I on now? That's a good question. 14. Ah, Darius, good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered? Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing, one I would entrust to no other. This is where I gotta ride on the airship. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business, then. To business. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. Alrighty. The Battle of Cartneau and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might have once given them hope are gone. I can almost get my first chocobo, that's right! I can't wait! Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartneau. These letters contain the details of said proposal. Well, alright. And I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa. And that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions. A quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. Why, sure. Yep. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you from the borders of our nation to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass to be used at your discretion. We'll get ready to watch another streamer sit through these speeches and have Alfino click his tongue derisively and I guess say something smarmy. I forget exactly what he says. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge, but before you depart, I suggest you trouble Bateron for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times when berths were not so limited, but in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be borne out of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Who could it be? Aye, Darius, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I'd wager your destiny will be no small thing. Alright. Time to see what Baderon has to say. Only for important business, flies to gold saucer. That's right. I have important business at the gold saucer. I have to race chocobos and play cards. And also do the claw machine. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are you? Personal bleeding envoy. So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral himself to the leaders of the Alliance. Bugger me. I knew he was going up in the world, but I didn't realize he'd got that bloody eye. I'm proud of you, lad, thinking of how far you've come. Why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eye. And that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering you me way. Course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on an airship pass. The ol' Eorzea is just laid out before you like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. Thanks, Baderon. If you think us Laminsons are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule, and no bugger with an ounce of sense sets foot. But you're a venturer, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's an heap of troubles what plagues every nation, see. Tain't just ours, I'm talking intrigue and infighting. Beastmen and their goddamn primals. Aye, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. The grim forest dweller Noxus Fortuna. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there as you can't handle. Someone tells me you're gonna be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt 'em. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. The grim botanists and carpenters, yes, with their ultra-grim moogles. 'Tis the perfect time for a venturer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? I remember in 1.0, the whole story in Gridania was about cleansing the green wrath from your character, which is something they don't really explore much in this game, where if you set foot in the 12's wood or piss off the elementals, they basically make the forest come alive and eat you. It's a real time! To the airship landing. To speak with Lanaflo. Lanaflo of Lanasia. Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania and Ul'dah. Wait, aren't you the famous adventurer? It's Darius Stormcrow, isn't it? I thought I recognized you. You're an inspiration to us all, sir. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? Yeah, I guess. I will stand on the deck of this airship as it flies to Gridania. Board is the airship. Hooray! Away we go. Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Gridania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Oh. It's the Final Fantasy theme. We're going. Who is this old man? Did you guys see that old man off to the side? Yeah, there he is. Look at him. Good fortune to you, Darius. A day will come when your name means the same as Eero to the folk of this realm. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Thanks, Batteron. Huh? Meanwhile... Dun 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 dun. Who's this crew? They seem like nice people.
But the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zorma.
I like that Gaius just walked off the airship and started monologuing.
Words, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest.
I would have very much liked to have seen Mordona before an airship and the progenitor of all dragonkind crashed into it.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp.
Why is this cutscene so familiar to me?
For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning.
Would you say creeping mendacity has taken root?
Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
What's that?
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the legatus really planning to take another tilt at the Eorzea?
Hey, thanks for the follow. What's up?
Hey, what hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
A new campaign.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartener. What could the legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
What is this accent? But I thought you were the expert, Gaius!
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
But it was he, Nero.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
It's a long way from home.
Alamigo, my lord.
Not so much.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume.
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all.
Frumentarium being their, like, I guess, intelligence operation. I assure you, proper noun sees all.
Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
Yeah, this Nero is a far cry from the fussy bitch Nero that we get much later.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Tell me, soldier, have you heard of Big Chungus? Is that the primal that those moon rabbits are going to summon? And then, my lord, he turned himself into a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen. To Gridania, home of Gridaniel. Greetings, good sir. You are the Elementan envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray, make your way to the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nafika's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seedseer awaits. Fine! I'll walk. Let's go for a stroll. What's out here? Oh. One day this'll all be mine, he says. The curtains. Alright. How long have I been playing this game? Did I not know that that was a way out? I must have forgotten. The wood. It's watching, you know. Yes, but it's not melting CPUs anymore, so I'll take that as an improvement. Go talk to the most boring leader. What? What's wrong with Connie Senna? What? Alright. Yeah, Gridania's pretty alright. I think it's the most spaced out of every city, although Ul'dah is pretty, it's got some areas that are a bit of a pain in the ass to navigate, like in the upper area. Just my personal opinion. Everyone goes to Limsa since the Aetheryte's like right at the market boards, but it is what it is. No seasonal event here. What's the next one that's coming up? Make it rain? I think that's the next one. Yeah, that's true. Ul'dah used to be a lot worse before they like added new Aetherytes. Okay, so we're a few months out from the next event. That's fine. Off to the Lotus Stand. Surely the only time we'll be going there. You are the Laminsan envoy. Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Very well. Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. Please come with me. Here we are. There she is.
So you are the Laminsan envoy.
Envoy? Envoy. These
And an
Gridanians.
adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please.
You notice they have those big chairs there, but they never use them?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan A. Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company.
You know why they don't use those chairs? Because it's the Lotus Stand. It's not the Lotus Sit now, is it?
I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
You see, that's why I'm here. I got the important lore. A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartno. To think that the 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknown to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon, Dalamud, would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartno Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. A more bloody battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again, yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When I at last awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louisoix may have well been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartno. He used flow, which will come up later. And so we were left with countless questions and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut had come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation can do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. Our remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. Well, alright. That was easy. Oh. She's signing a glossy photograph of herself for you. That's right, she actually leaves Gridania in Heavensward. You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? That is correct. Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. Is it a black wolf? Are they speaking in code? I think they're speaking in code. Thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. My wolf is being badly behaved. My black wolf of the 14th Legion of Garlemald. Oh wait, there's the way to the airship right over here. I don't have to go the long way. That's right, not actually her wolf. They're trying to speak in code about Gaius. Because it was the black wolf and the white raven. And then the Mr. Regula. Good old Mr. Regula. Did you know Regula von Hydrus means rule of the serpent in Latin? More or less. Alright, this way. So I figure what I'll do is maybe get through Sastasha and then call it for the day. Just bulldoze the shit out of Sastasha. Alright, we're off to Ul'dah. Oh, are you not Darius Stormcrow, the Laminson envoy? Or envoy, as they say here. On behalf of all at Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Yeah. Xenos the Big Juicy. That's right. Wait, no. How does New Game Plus work? Yes, you can do it unsynced, so I can basically just bulldoze it, if I so desire. Just sprint right through it. Which, in my mind, is how it happened canonically. Just walk in by yourself and kick the crap out of everyone. That's how it happened. It's Ul'dah! Wow! The Steps of Nald. Oh, nope, it ended. Never mind. Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa Lominsa. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir, where the Flame General awaits your arrival. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. We have been expecting you. Flame General Raubon will receive you in the Fragrant Chamber. Please take the lift down to the hustings strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. Onwards to the Fragrant Chamber. Flame General Alden will be awaiting you in the Stink Room. This way. Off to the Stink Room. Alright. This is so much faster when you don't have to run all over the city and get every aetheryte. What business would her grace have with the likes of you? Shut up. You will watch your tongue whilst in the Royal Promenade. Onward to the Stink Chamber. You got something mean to say? No. What about you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Jackasses. Look, paladins. The Lominsan envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, sir? My thanks. Ah, yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed. She had me bring a whole seal. A whole pinniped. My title is Snake in the Grass. True.
A guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale.
Stale ale?
I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Mervyn says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin.
They're all gonna feel real stupid when I put my hair back on and they're like, oh no, it's Darius Stormcrow, Warrior of Light. That's right. I'm in my disguise hair.
Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Raubon al-Din, General of the Immortal Flame.
That's right, the
But
elf.
You did not come all this way to trade formality.
The plot significant elf. Who could she be? Cartano. I remember bloody Cartano. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? I have a feeling you're gonna tell me. Okay, so my counterparts have educated you. Maybe you won't. Kane's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on the subject. Look at this plot-significant elf. Wolves are beyond taming. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. Are you just dropping the entire pretense? No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by Legatus Solus Zos Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilsabard to heel. And so the Legatus became an emperor and his republic an empire. It's Solus! An empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. I don't know if they then set their sights on Eorzea. They kind of did Othard first, didn't they? I don't think they drop anything on her yet. Ah. Eileen, that's right. Royal? Royal? I don't know. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. Tell me, adventurer, do you find the Garleans sus? You know, I went to a Garlean castrum once, and there were air vents everywhere. It's pretty sus. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius von Baelsar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, And not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. We must become a realm reborn. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garlean Star and the Elder Seedseer would not let it go unnoticed. All their concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merylvib will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. And we'll make a shit ton of money off of it. Because that's how Ul'dah do. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? You seem like a trustworthy sort. I will speak with her grace myself. Is anyone else really distracted by the clipping there? Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. That was the Stink Chamber! Call of the Sea. Ah, my Lord Envoy, I must trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominsa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Watch. Well, the man sent word just now that he had a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Baderon would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. Off to Limsa Lominsa. Limbo Lamingo. When we do this part, let's pay special attention to the NPCs hanging around outside the dungeon, shall we? Might be something worth looking at. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, mate. I'll be with you with a... Well, if it ain't the one and only Darius Stormcrow. It's not like I was here like half an hour ago, man. I was told a distinguished venturer might be reporting for duty. Fancy that venturer being you, eh? Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleedin' hairy. If you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. Part 1, Exiting New Game Plus mode. Well, gosh, Baderon. Hold on. Is that really all of part 1? Is that really all part 1? Yep. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it, some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Sastasha Sea Grot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But since that nasty business over in Swift Perch, folk have been a bit uneasy. Well, I say a bit. 'Tis all they can do to not soil themselves every time the bloody floorboards creak. If you would permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy to elaborate. He's got that old man brain, that's right. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? This is funny because we're like being treated like this is the first time we're meeting a lot of these characters now. Because the storylines have converged. So even though we know all these people and they know us, we're getting like the weird introductions. Neither, in fact. I came to welcome Darius back to Limsa Lominsa. It is well you have returned. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aleport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Sigurd included. Yes, last time on Final Fantasy XIV. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Kurls had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing of concern to us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. Kurls? Did they not know what color the captain likes his cabbage, his wine, or his seas? But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent inventor to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Well, sure thing. Then it's settled. Sastasha is located in western Lenosia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Fomalpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You are the man. Good luck to you, lad. Well, sure thing there, Batteron. We're off. Dark Knight coming at me there. I believe it's Fisherman's Guild? Yes. Well, hey there, Vamelpa. You hear about Commodore Raynor's investigation? Then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in western Lenosia, though, you'll best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. I will do no such thing! Immersion broken, no Dark Knights. It's true. I've failed. The stream's been ruined. I can't believe it. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sigurd. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Aleport. Head inside and one of the seas. No! I will do no such thing, madam. And here we are in Aleport. A lot bigger than it used to be. Aleport used to just be a little dump on the beach. You'd have to like take a cave to get in. I remember because there was a cutscene there where Melvib kills a bunch of Garleans with her guns. There's the Hall of the Novice. Amazing. Well, alright. Onwards. Past old, Cat Guisel here. Oh, do I have to go in? Ugh. They're actually making me go inside the Hall of the Novice. How can this be? Alright, fine. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sastasha Sigurd. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what epic tales would have you believe, strolling into a den of such savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. Well, get ready! Yeah, what if someone sees me in here? and you shall need training here in the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest you study the fundamentals of group combat. Get them fundies in. Big fundies, let's go. Okay. I'm going now. You can't stop me. The final exercise is murderous. You know, I don't think I've ever actually been in here. Command unavailable in New Game Plus mode. I like the cut of this guy's jib. I don't know why. Alright. Time to get the hell out of here. We're going. Into Sestacia. Oh, look, everyone showed up. Who are these losers? Look at them. What do they have to say for themselves? This is perfect for our inaugural outing as a party. Wandering around in the caves, turning over a few rocks. How difficult could it possibly be? I never expected our first visit to the Adventurers Guild would yield such a straightforward way to win fame and fortune. Edda, you're so slow, you'd lose a foot race to a tree slug. I'm sorry, Avir, I came as fast as I could. I tried haggling with the merchant, but 2 potions was the best I could get with the money you gave me. I had no idea how expensive they were. You gotta watch that market board markup. Look at him, sneering. What took you so bloody long, Edda? If me purse was too light, you might have considered using some of your own bleeding coin to get us what we needed. You've only ever been as useful as the contents of your pockets. The gods know you can barely eel a scratch. We took up the venture in life to take the big jobs and claim the big rewards. How are we meant to do that if we can't even get our supplies in order? Huh? It's Im, the one Batteron was talking to. Well, we'll see who gets the glory. This job should have been ours in the first place. Yeah, sure, Avir. Don't get too ahead of yourself now. Ha! Alright. Please tell me you're here on the Yellow Jackets duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isle of Umbra? We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since the vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have had a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sestacia here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback-fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping a watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Use the duty finder to access Sestacia. Well, okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to undersized party. And we're gonna go bully everything in Sestacia. Man, can you believe what a dick Avir is to Edda? His fiancé? What a jackass. Alright, here we go. This is the part in Leveling Roulette where everyone goes, ugh. You think he probably bullied the poor girl into marriage? Probably. I bet they were the only 2 people, like, the same age, wherever they lived. Now, if I remember right, and I think I do, Sestacia was available to enter in 1.0, but it was just a series of, like, generic sea caves with nothing of note inside them. Alright. What do we got? The captain likes his cabbage green. Right. Is cabbage. This dungeon's got some weird extra stuff in places in it. It might be cool to look at. Just a little peek. You know, for fun. I can't believe I'm not listening to the Hull of the Novice and venturing in alone. How could I do such a thing? Let's just run all the way to the end. Big pulls, right? I can't believe I'm taking so much damage. Alright. Spin! And that's how they all died. So yeah, I think if you interact with the wrong one here, you get poisoned. Let's see. Oh, and there's an enemy. Well, hot damn. Alright. Well, hot damn. An inconspicuous switch. This bulging, glowing rock. Got him. Now, it used to be the case that the plundered gear you could get out of here. I know! It was coming right for me. Life flashed before my eyes. All this stuff is sellable. And for a long time, it was the only piece of casting equipment, I think, earrings that you could get for, like, levels and levels. So if you had a mind to do it, getting the plundered casting earrings out of here was actually a pretty decent way to make money. My god, there were pirates in this pirate cave. I can't believe it. It's Captain Madison. Look at him with his blue face paint. Alright. Line up. A faux striker's skirt. It's a pretty cool set considering how early you get it. The faux striker stuff. It was a good decision to like give you decently cool looking gear pretty early in this game. Now, all these side rooms have pirates in them and doing random stuff. And I think in this one, if you just wait... No, not this room. What's up, guys? How you doing? You good? Alright. Nothing in here. There are a lot of strange side rooms here, though, with stuff happening in them. I know one of them has a brawl that just, like, happens. Anything here? No? Just boxes? Well, alright. You know, this is just in case you wanted to grind out every last little bit of experience, right? Treasure? Yep, this is the canonical one. Just walk in and kill everyone by myself. That's the plan. Alright. That is the correct way. Let's go the incorrect way first. Let me grab this key. I believe it's the crew's quarters. There's like a little brawl. Get them gropers off me grog, he says. Take the women alive, he yells. I wonder if they'll kill each other. Not afore I cut you a new pisshole. Look at them go. Or do you think they'll just fight each other forever and heal up? Look at them. Well, alright. Good fight, guys. Onwards! I always thought that was weird how they had guys fighting each other in there. Kind of interesting. What's this? It's the hole that you unlock. Behold. Where they keep all their, ever so sore, huh? Okay. This freak prodigy no-name adventurer, that's right. So I guess this is where they keep their prisoners. Just hanging out. So every time you go through here in leveling roulette and skip this part, you are leaving these poor women locked up in the hole. Think about that. Can you believe it? I'm gonna shoulder tackle this guy dead. You got all this stuff in here, which I think are furniture items that we get now, yeah? Dead man's chest? Something like that. Kind of the same. Not quite. Those need a bit of a touch-up, I think, to be good enough to show in a house. So, yeah. It probably isn't 100% it. It probably isn't. Time to go say hello to Captain Madison again. You think he'll let the dogs out? Nope. They're trapped forever. Alright. So over to Mistbeard Cove, I guess. Which I can't remember if you can see this from the outside now that flying is a thing. Let's take a look over here. There's Sahagin stuff over there. No. You can see stuff kind of like this out in Western Lenosia if you fly, but not quite this. There's a boat out there. There's a couple boats. Well, that's neat. Time to go kill a boss, I guess. If you want to call it that. I should probably turn cutscenes back on for these, huh? But anyways, Captain Madison gets slashed by this guy. Den the Orca-Toothed. Oh, look, there's a barrier here. Huh? I didn't know you could walk over here. Well, that's interesting. I had no idea you could wander out of bounds over there. I'll be with you in a minute. Just taking a look around the arena. Alright, we all know the deal with this guy. Kill him with auto attacks. Top 10 secret areas in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. What's in the treasure chest? Garbage! Area number 1, the Textureless Cave. We did it. We did it, guys. I can't believe it. We beat the odds. And we killed the boss with auto attacks. Just gonna walk back and throw everything out as I go. We got a lot of, like, the plundered set, which ain't bad. The Textureless Cave? I don't know if they fixed it. We could probably go look sometime. When we get to Heaven's Ward. Alright, and that's all stuff I can just descent later. They fixed it? Well, damn. I know they fixed the textureless rock. Alright, I'll be turning this in and then we can call it a day. Ah! To the aft castle. What do you got for me, Batteron? Who could these people be? Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. Who is this? Dolorous Bear. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? That's right. It would seem the ship has not only sailed but now returns to harbor, none the worse for its voyage. A pity, we dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. I like her style. I don't know why. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Well, considering I don't know who any of you guys are, I'm assuming it's going well. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only to have a star to reach for and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, sir. Farewell, whoever you are. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'd wager. I did it. I walked in and beat everyone up. Fishbacks. And here I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. Thanks for shedding some light on that mystery. I knew you'd get the job done, lad. You always do. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems the forest folk are in need of a venturer what can get things done. For him to ask for help like this, you can bet it won't be no skip through the sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. All right. That's where we're leaving it today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out. I will be back, of course, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Let me just... Oh, whoop. Party Finder unlocked! Big Pog. So thanks again, everyone, for coming out. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 with more of this. I probably won't be streaming all... Well, I will be streaming all of the story mode leading up to the end of Shadowbringers, but I won't be streaming it all in a row. I'm probably going to start setting aside one day of the week to do New Game Plus and do other things on other days. Guilty Gear is just around the corner after all. Plus, I wanted to do some Devil May Cry. And that gives me plenty to look forward to, and it gives you plenty to look forward to. So again, thanks for coming out. I'll see you guys all next time. Take care.